All right, then. I'm ready to go if you are, Teddy.
Let's roll. All right. Welcome to episode number 3 of Ted's Ball Talk, January 28th, 2023, the day before Championship Day in the NFL. Very exciting stuff. I'm your host, Teddy. Next to me, my brother, Benny. He's producing, also adding in stupid little facts that he thinks he knows about in sports, but he's really not a big sports guy. But that's why he's here.
You calling me stupid?
No, I'm not calling
Already?
you stupid. I'm just calling you less knowledgeable in the world of sports.
That is true. But you're not ready in my knowledge of Kansas City.
That's what I'm more excited. We got
Coming up later in the podcast.
We got a good segment coming up about Kansas City later in this podcast. A little geography / history for you guys.
Absolutely.
I know Brandon's going to be into that for sure.
We're taking it way back to the 1800s. But first, let's talk about the NFL awards.
NFL awards. Here we go. We're going to get started. They announced the finalists for all the major awards in the NFL during this week. And we're going to break down who we think is going to win and why, and just overall performance of the season and who we like. All right, let's start with most valuable player. Your finalist: Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, and Patrick Mahomes. I would like to point out that I think if you want to have a kid that's going to be successful in the NFL, name him a name that starts with a J, because we got 4 out of the 5
Look at that.
finalists starting with a J.
That's crazy.
It is crazy,
Good to know.
right? So Brandon Goldstein,
Jandon,
Jandon Goldstein, there you
Jenny Briggs,
go. Jenny Briggs, Jetty Briggs.
Jetty Briggs.
There we
If
go.
only we were named those J's, we could have been in the NFL.
That's right, and we could have been winning most valuable player. All right. Me personally, it's a quarterback award. Unfortunately, I do think personally, I really, really do think Justin Jefferson deserves this award more than anyone on this list. I mean, he's been unbelievable since he got into the NFL. Such a stud wide receiver. I mean, his stats this year were just ridiculous. He put up ridiculous numbers on an offense that really didn't. Their offense had to be great because of how atrocious their defense was.
Wait, sorry. I kind of zoned out. Who are we talking about?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about Justin Jefferson right now. I mean, this year he went for 1,800 yards. He averaged 14 yards per attempt. His longest play of the season was 64 yards, 8 touchdowns. I mean, he's a stud. 130 receptions. Like, this guy.
I would have liked to see the longest play going a little bit longer for me.
Yeah, you want him longer
in
than
order for him
64
to
yards?
in order to get MVP nods, I feel like it's got to be 75 plus.
75 plus. You need first play of the drive. You want a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Is what you want.
That's
Okay.
how I don't know.
Coming off the touchback, you want a little slant route that just houses it.
Like I know for a fact that
He's capable.
Josh Allen has done that this season at least.
Has thrown for a
Is thrown
75
for a
yard touchdown.
75-yard touchdown.
I think he did it on the first drive of the season, didn't he?
I don't know.
To Gabe Davis?
I don't know.
Something along those lines. But I just wanted to give him a little shout out right there because I don't think he's going to win it. I do think he's a lock for Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's even a question.
That's so confusing to me. Why do they have Offensive Player of the Year and then MVP, which is usually won by quarterbacks? Why don't they just have Most Valuable Quarterback?
You know, I don't really know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I think for me personally, my pick for MVP is going to be Patrick Mahomes. Going into the season, everyone was questioning, Tyreek's gone. What's this offense going to look like? How's it going to function? Is Patrick Mahomes really that good when he doesn't have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce? Travis Kelce, stud.
He should have won MVP.
He is another good season away from being him or Gronk greatest tight end of all time.
Most Valuable Tight End.
100%. Not even close. There's not even anyone within his. He's in another galaxy.
Another galaxy.
He's in another galaxy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. This year for Patrick Mahomes, 5,250 yards, 41 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Just an absolute stud.
That's a lot of touchdowns right there.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's just unbelievable. It really is. What he does year in and year out, it's just ridiculous. Like, there's no one that even compares to this guy. Like, he will take any team and make it the best team in the NFL. You could put him on any roster, he'll make that team a playoff team. He could have been on the Texans last year. They probably would have won 11 to 12 games, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I agree that Patrick Mahomes is going to win this, but we talked about this in a previous episode about Josh Allen and how they have no run game.
He is the offensive identity.
So in that sense, he is the most valuable player because they live and die by him.
Yeah, they do.
But I know it's more about like stats and things like that. But if I think we're going at it from a more technical aspect, I feel like that Josh Allen should win the award.
He is the most.
But I don't think he will.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, he might have won. He might have been the number one seed in the AFC if that whole Damar Hamlin injury situation didn't happen. Which obviously you can't. No one's at fault for that.
Would that have, if he was the number one seed, would that have helped him win?
Yes.
If he was the number one seed, he would have won the MVP.
Yeah, I think it would have been more of a conversation.
Interesting.
But those I think are just the two easiest. Like for sure, like these are going to be your locks for Offensive Player of the Year and Most Valuable Player. Let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year, which again I don't know if it's really that much of a conversation. It's your finalists are Nick Bosa, Chris Jones, and Micah Parsons. Chris Jones, unbelievable year. Amazing. What he does consistently is fantastic. But I think it's between Micah Parsons and Nick Bosa, but Nick Bosa gets it for me personally. I mean, what he's been doing since he's been healthy. 2020, he missed the whole year due to an injury. But, I mean, look at the stat line this year. 37 solo tackles as a D end is crazy. 18.5 sacks. Like, what he does is just he's never not involved on a play when he's on the field.
Interesting.
The ball's gonna get out a second faster every time if he's on the field than it would other times.
Interesting.
He's just unbelievable. Micah Parsons.
How many games did he play?
He played 16 games.
Okay.
Yeah, 18.5 sacks in 16 games. He probably could eclipse 20.
He might have. He definitely could have.
I mean, him and J.J. Watt are just the cream of the crop when it comes to defenders.
Mm.
Chris Jones had a really nice season. So did Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons fell off a little bit for too long of a stretch in the season for me, where he wasn't really impacting games as much as Nick Bosa was.
Interesting.
It was after that Minnesota game where he put up an ungodly stat line.
Ungodly in a good way or
In
a
a
bad
good
way?
way. Good
Okay.
way. And he had a couple down games after that. But
Interesting.
I think Nick Bosa consistently was the best defensive player of the season.
I'll go for him too. He's got a nice schnoz.
He does have a good
nose. He's got a big nose.
The Bosa family has a great nose.
I will say you have a similar nose to the Bosa Bros.
Joey Bosa looks like Dad.
Really?
If any of you guys know our dad, look up a picture of Joey Bosa. Pretty similar.
Gotta
If our
talk to
dad was built like a defensive end with a little bit longer hair, I think he'd look kind of almost exactly the same.
We got to get Lois to check in and see if we have any ancestral connections.
Right. Aunt Lois, if you're listening, get on that Ancestry.com and check this out. Do we have any Bosa connections? All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Finalists, Brock Purdy, Kenneth Walker, and Garrett Wilson. I know where I'm going on this. I don't know if you have any opinion on this, but Brock Purdy, obviously a great story.
Oh, he's a finalist.
Yeah.
I thought that he wasn't going to make it because he only played.
Nah. He definitely was getting in on this. So for me, I know my pick.
I can, while you're looking for stats, I can tell you my opinion on it.
Okay.
So, Garrett Wilson and Kenneth Walker, they're both, first round picks.
No, Kenneth Walker was a second rounder.
Okay, they're 1 or 2 round picks.
Yes.
People that are expected to be very good.
Yeah.
But this guy, Brock Purdy, he was the very last pick of the draft. They didn't even have his name on the back of the jersey.
They had irrelevant.
Yeah, it literally said irrelevant on it. That's so disrespectful. First off, I feel like, I don't know.
Did you see
can't they just quickly press the name on it or write it on? I feel like it's at least writing on the name would be better than calling that person irrelevant. And then he ended up not becoming irrelevant and winning all of the games that he started, playing pretty good. And now he's do the playoffs count as a?
No, I mean they shouldn't, but they do.
But he's played really good in the regular season.
Yeah.
Even though the other 2 candidates didn't make the. Well, one made the playoffs, but the other one didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna vote. My vote would be for Brock Purdy just because Because of the story, man. You know,
I like it.
you love the underdog story.
Absolutely, you do. Yeah, I love Brock Purdy. You know, I saw it. I was scrolling on Instagram earlier today, and the 49ers posted an edit called, and the caption was Mr. Relevant. I was like, yeah, he sure is relevant now, and he'll be a relevant backup for the rest of his career. But my pick is Kenneth Walker. That Seahawks team is nothing without him. When he was injured, they looked horrible. He missed 3 games this year, still rushed for 1,000 yards his rookie year, averaged 4.6 a carry. That means you run the ball. If you run it twice, you pretty much get a first down. Like it's super huge if you can run for over 4.5 a carry, around that. 9 touchdowns his rookie year. 27 receptions he can catch. He averaged 6.1 yards per reception. Hey, he had a 33-yard reception as a running back. Maybe you expect a little bit more from that, like off a screen pass.
I don't know.
I know you're a fan of the long plays.
Got to get the long plays in order to get those nods.
Absolutely.
For me, at least.
Yeah, but my pick's going to be Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
And Garrett Wilson, amazing year. Unbelievable year. 1,000 yards receiving in the Jets offense this year. Super impressive. He was making all those plays himself because, you know, those balls were flying all around the field.
You know, they had different quarterbacks. They had 3 different quarterbacks throughout the season.
If you can even call 2 of those guys quarterbacks.
So he was going through it and trying to figure out some chemistry, but he didn't need the chemistry because he's just that good.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
He's going to be a big problem for a long time. Yeah. But I will say this. No, I'm not going to say that. That's too much of biased Lions talk. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to talk about Jameson Williams going into next year, but that's totally off topic. That'll be for another episode.
We got to have a Lions only or a Teddy's favorite teams only episode.
The listens are going to go way down on that one. Okay, we're moving on. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Everyone's going to think, oh, he's going Hutchinson. He loves Hutchinson. I do love Hutchinson. Absolutely. But it's Sauce Gardner. And it's not even a question. Aiden Hutchinson does have more receptions than Sauce Gardner on the season.
You mean interceptions?
That's what I meant. That's what
okay.
Did I say receptions?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's okay.
Yeah, but if you're come in as a rookie and you're immediately the highest graded player at your respected position, especially one as hard and as important as quarterback, you're the defensive rookie of the year. You're the anything of the year.
I didn't know he was the highest rated.
He was the highest rated cornerback. He let up like no yards. I mean, it was just, yeah.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Are there more really good defensive ends in the NFL, or are there more really good cornerbacks in the NFL?
Okay, let's name a couple off the top of my head.
Because if cornerbacks is a weaker position, I don't know. I feel like it would be like still impressive, but not as.
You want me to name lockdown corners that I can think of off the top of my head? I'm going to do it right now, though. You already put that out of my mind. This season, Darius Slay, lockdown corner. Jair Alexander, lockdown corner. Sauce Gardner. I won't put Woolen in there yet, but he was close. Who was also another rookie. Ramsey, not this year, but it's hard to count him out of lockdown corner. He's a stud still. I don't care what anyone says. Jamel Dean, close.
Okay. So you've named like 5 maybe, but I feel like you can name more better defensive ends. Like I feel like you can name more really good defensive ends.
Yeah, I probably could.
I don't know.
I see where you're going at, but Sauce Gardner's too good to not give him Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
And that's coming from a very, very big Lions fan.
Interesting. Sounds good. Are we going to talk about the comeback player of the year?
100%. I mean, it's not really a conversation. I don't need to look at any stats. Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, we all know they're amazing players. They were just injured. What Geno Smith did this year is just unbelievable. It's awesome. What a great story to lead that team to the playoffs after everyone wrote him off. But he didn't write back. We talked about that in the first episode. He's a lock. No doubt about it. So, I mean, yeah.
All right.
Fun topic, but not really a discussion.
All right, sounds good.
And I would just like to touch on this.
Yeah.
Coach of the Year, Doug Peterson. I think it's easily Doug Peterson.
Like Motor City Dan didn't get in.
I would prefer to see him in there over Sean McDermott. because obviously Sean McDermott had a little disappointing season as the Bills coach, but the way he handled the DeMar Hamlin situation, I think is the reason he's in.
Is like a pity nod.
No, not a pity nod. It wouldn't be pity at all. He just like the way he led his team through that situation, and the two blizzards, had to play a game at a neutral site in the middle of a season. He went through a lot of adversity, and to still end up with as good of a record as they did, I understand it. And Dan, the beginning of the season, it knocks him. All these coaches, I guess
That's
Doug
true.
Peterson also started off slow, like really, really slow, like the Lions did, but he made it to the playoffs. They
That's
fell
true.
short because they couldn't beat Carolina. So, yeah, that's I was a little upset at first, but the more I thought about it, the less upset I was about that.
And then my pick for assistant coach of the year is going to be D'Amico Ryans
Yeah,
because I don't know.
number one defense in a long time.
Got a good defense.
Best defense in a very, very long time. So,
And he's
yeah.
probably going to go get some money. And it's important to see more
he's a favorite for the
African
Texans job.
American, more black, or more people of color just as head coach in the NFL.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy about that.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Steve Wilkes, by the way.
We're going to championship game predictions now.
Yeah, let's run up the championship
Stand-up
game
performers.
predictions and what we think are going to be the best players of the championship weekend.
Okay, you want to go first? You want to talk about?
I'll let you go first. I always go first.
So who is it? It's the Bengals and
The Chiefs.
And the Chiefs. Okay, and then the Eagles and the 49ers.
Yep.
Both of my choices are going to be very safe for the stand-up players for both these games.
Okay.
I feel like nobody's going to be mad at these takes. I think that the entire Eagles defense and the entire 49ers defense will both perform very good.
That is very safe.
That
is a very safe take.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Even though Jalen Hurts is good and Brock Purdy is good, they're not as good as the other two quarterbacks that are playing in the other game. And that's leading into my next two predictions. I think that Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes will be very good. I think those guys are going to be really good, and they're going to lead their team to victory.
These are hot takes right
I think
now.
I think the quarterbacks will lead the teams. I think, it'll be a quarterback game for the Chiefs, Bengals, and it'll be a defensive game for the 49ers, Eagles.
I mean, I can't argue with that at all.
There you go.
So I'm gonna go a little bit
Safe takes.
safe takes, but good takes. I mean, they're the right takes. All right, for me, I'm gonna go. I already thought about this. Christian McCaffrey is gonna be my stand-up performer. I think he's gonna have a game, receiving and rushing. I think he's gonna do great because they're gonna have to establish some sort of interesting run game against this Eagles defense is number one passing defense in the NFL, by the way, just so you know. I think they're going to need to utilize him a lot in short passes and running up the middle and running to the outside. I think he's going to really be able to expose that defense as much as anyone would be able to because Christian McCaffrey is elusive as anyone, breaks every tackle. For the standout performer for the Eagles, my pick was going to be Darius Slay. I think he picks off Brock Purdy twice. Brock Purdy's been real smart with the ball, but I think the throwing is going to be an issue for him against this Eagles defense.
Interesting.
I think he's going to get disrupted and feel very, very uncomfortable because Cowboys defense is really good, but not as good as the Eagles, and he looked really uncomfortable for a while against that Cowboys defense.
Okay. But do you think because he went up against such a good defense in the playoff atmosphere, the last game he just played, he's going to go up against another really good defense? And he started to warm up later in the game.
Philly's a hard place to play.
All right. And then who's your standouts for the other game?
This one's safe. For the Chiefs, I'm going to go Travis Kelce. He probably has another 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, Travis Kelce things that he always does. And I think there's always this. Jamar Chase has a knack for doing really good against the Chiefs. So I'll take Jamar Chase. I think he goes for 2 touchdowns, close to 200 yards.
All right.
Joe Burrow finds him a lot. And I'm guessing, put a bet on it, mark it down, he's going to take like a short screen pass to the house for a decent amount of yards. With his speed, he's electric. Super fast accelerator. Yeah, I like what he's gonna do
All right.
against the
Very exciting.
Chiefs defense.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, but kind of Cincinnati Bengal adjacent.
This is your segment right here.
I know. This is all
I'll
me
let
right
you
here.
cook.
Okay, so Aftab Pureval is the mayor of Cincinnati, and the other day he posted a video declaring that Sunday, January 29th, 2023, is They Gotta Play Us Day in Cincinnati. Is that like a thing that they say in Is that like a slogan that they have, or
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. So he's trying to rally up the
They say "Who Day"
Who Day
is their chant.
is their chant.
Yeah.
Okay, well he should have called it Who Day Day.
Who Day?
Yeah,
That's good. I like that a lot.
that's a much
Who
better
Day.
name. That's a much better name for the day. Off top, I'm coming for your job as the mayor because
That's right. Hey, new mayor of Cincinnati right here, Benny Briggs.
more facts are dropping in. Okay,
Sorry, Jenny
And-
Briggs.
and then so he also called Arrowhead Stadium Burrowhead Stadium, Joe Burrow being the name of their quarterback, because he is 3-0 there, and he has beaten Patrick Mahomes, I think, in every game that they've played against each other, which leads into the next thing he said, where Joseph Lee Burrow, who is 3-0 against Mahomes, has been asked by officials to take a paternity test to confirm whether or not he is his father, which I think we should maybe make a little edit of like the Maury show.
Okay. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be a great.
And then
graphic.
we need to put like Joe Burrow's face on a guy that's not the father, or that is the father. I guess depending on how the game ends.
I like that.
Maybe I'm gonna start working on that.
Yeah, get it going.
Yeah.
Get an edit going.
But that is also kind of strange. Like, I don't know. I don't like the calling other people people's the same that are the same age or younger, their dads. Like, why can't they just be like, I don't know, why can't he say he's taking a paternity test to see if he's better, or taking a who is better test? I don't know.
I love it.
Paternity test, we've heard it. It's been used. The best version of that is 2004 when Pedro Martinez called the Yankees
Who's your
his daddy. Like, he used it on himself.
He did.
Did a little
Why would he do that?
Uno reverse. It worked.
I guess it did, but I really
It
will
fueled
never
him.
Understand that.
It fueled him to win the
didn't
game.
Perform amazing though.
Oh, okay. Anyways, and he also mentioned in this video that it's kind of weird that Kansas City is in Missouri and not Kansas, and well, that sparked my interest a little bit, and so I did some research, and so modern day Kansas City dates back to the 1830s, where John McCoy founded the settlement. Okay, on the what river is this? I'm guessing the Mississippi River. It is the Mississippi River.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Good guess. I mean, it's a big river. It goes a lot
And
of
so-
places. So I don't know if that really.
So
is a good
McCoy
guess.
and a group of 14 investors, right? They found a town in 1838 to buy up property along the riverfront, and it was later named. In 1850, it was incorporated as the town of Kansas.
Okay. That's a long time ago.
I know, 1850.
That's an early settlement.
Yeah, exactly. And then in 1853, the city of Kansas, it was named the city of Kansas in the state of Missouri. Missouri incorporated the city into their state.
This is pre the state of Kansas. Kansas.
Yes. So in Kansas became the 34th state on January 29th of 1861.
Wow.
Okay? So the city of Kansas was before the state of Kansas. And Kansas City was then later named once Kansas became a state. City of Kansas was later renamed to Kansas City in 1889.
So you're just making the mayor of Cincinnati look stupid right now.
I'm saying that
Exposing him.
I'm saying that he should have said that it's weird that Kansas is named Kansas and Kansas City is the right name for the city. Whoever made the state of Kansas should have thought of a better name, because that
Gotcha.
name was already taken.
Wow. Unoriginal.
Unoriginal.
The state of Kansas, you are unoriginal.
Let's see.
Look at that.
Do I know who
I
the
love
founder
that.
of Kansas is?
Yeah, we got to find out who that guy is.
Got to expose him.
Maybe the mayor of Kansas is Ryan Lochte.
I don't know.
Because that's hot in the chat right now. Tyler wants a Ryan Lochte segment.
Ryan
We're
Lochte.
not talking about Ryan Lochte.
He's my
It's a disgrace.
he's my inspiration. Actually, he's my
I don't know if you want to say
he's
that
my
on a live stream.
he's my athletic inspiration.
Athletic inspiration.
Yeah. He was a
Okay.
great swimmer. I'm trying to become a great swimmer. Kansas is the wheat capital of the world.
Wheat capital of the
Yep.
world.
It pronounced 9 million bushels.
Wow.
It produced 9 million bushels in 2009.
9 million bushels.
Exactly.
You and Tyler are very, very, very big on the bushels.
Bushels of wheat.
Tyler's a bushel guy.
All right. Well, that's all the information I have about the city of Kansas and Kansas City. And off top, I'm sorry to fact check you, but it's weird that Kansas is Kansas and Kansas City is the rightful name of the city.
Did you find out who the founder of Kansas was?
No, I didn't.
I'm looking it up
Okay.
right now.
But then also, I'm going to predict that the Bengals are going to lose this game
Because of that.
because of off top, because it's like Drake. Like, you know how Drake is always he's a fair weather fan. He'll choose whatever team he likes at the moment, and they always do bad. Or like a Charles Barkley guarantee.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm off top. I appreciate you trying to get into the spirit of the game.
We need a guarantee button.
But we need to make our own thing.
Guarantee.
We need to make our own thing that's not a guarantee.
Yeah. I should not be guaranteeing things on this. Chat's popping off right now.
Really?
Look at that. Check it on me.
Oh. Free the bush. Let's go, Tyler.
That's right. Tyler knows. Tyler knows. All right.
What do you think about off top's comments? Do you think it'll motivate the team? Do you think it'll motivate the city? You think
it'll motivate the Chiefs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It'll motivate Patrick Mahomes to dominate.
Yeah.
I know. When I was watching, I was like, this guy's got a death wish.
I know, right? I feel like his approval rating is either going to go up or going to go down after the game.
No, 100%. Yeah, I think we need to look into if there's polls coming out lately that he's maybe not going to get reelected.
On Monday, we'll go through his approval ratings.
Okay, because I'm telling you right now, he loses this, he's not getting reelected.
Well,
this might be a last ditch effort to beat out someone that is running against him.
But I guess we're gonna have to do more research into that because we don't know what percentage of Cincinnati is
Bengals fans.
are Bengals fans. You know,
Might be a lot of Browns fans.
You never know.
Nah, not right now. Bengals
But
are
he's
hot in the
he's the
streets.
mayor of No, I guess they could be Browns fans in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Ohio.
I guess. Yeah, you never know. Maybe they're more into college sports. You know, I don't know.
University of Cincinnati. They haven't been good. Sauce Gardner left. They got nothing now.
Ohio State.
OH.
Anyways.
OH, baby.
But maybe we'll look into this more depending on the outcome of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Depending on the outcome, we need to look at. We should see when a new poll comes out. Whenever the next poll comes out, see if he goes down or up in approval ratings, depending on how the end of the game turns out. I like to look into this.
And if the Bengals win, it'll be interesting to see what his video will be about for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that.
If the 49ers win, what do you think he's going to poke at? Gold Rush?
I'll probably talk about the Gold Rush. Talk about earthquakes maybe. Maybe the Bengals are going to go
where is the Super Bowl? It's in Arizona.
It's in Arizona, yeah.
That's more local to 49ers, that's for sure. 49ers fans travel.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Well, I'll write something up to see what off top could say. I got to do more research.
I'm going to guarantee that I think if the Eagles are in the Super Bowl against the Bengals, Rocky's getting brought into it somehow.
Rocky? Really?
People love Rocky in Philadelphia. He's got a statue.
Yeah, but
did you see 49ers fans pinned a 49ers jersey on the Rocky statue?
Damn.
That's intense.
That's crazy.
You better not get caught on security cameras doing that because you are not surviving a day if you get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. That is wild. Bold move.
Absolutely a bold move.
All right, and we also went to a basketball game the other day.
We did go to a basketball game, a little high school basketball game.
High school basketball. I went to go see our almond otter.
Almond otter. Went to go see my almond otter.
We went to go see our alma mater.
Alma mater.
Alma
ALMA.
All right.
Mater.
We went to go see the school that we went to.
Play basketball. Against school nearby.
Yep.
And
we're just gonna talk about what we saw. It was a good game. It was very exciting.
Close for a while. Some exciting plays. Some windmill dunk was thrown down.
A windmill dunk was thrown.
Lockdown defense was played
hype.
by Noah Cotton, number 3. Check him out. Any scouts watching this?
Yep.
Look at that guy. That guy's gonna be a stud.
And then we got on Agora. We got Zane Miller. And then who's the other?
Nasir Meyer.
Yeah, Nasir Meyer.
Who threw down that windmill dunk.
Yeah.
It was quite a play.
So we liked all their games.
Yeah.
unfortunately, the reffing could have been a little bit better.
We got to talk about reffing in high school sports. It's pretty bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Like, it's bad to be a ref in high school sports, or is it?
I'm sure both, but they don't make it any better on themselves because most refs in high school sports, they suck.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
When you were playing baseball, you had bad calls?
No.
Okay.
But I'm thinking more most basketball games I watch.
Really?
I'd say for me it's most noticeable in basketball. And for football, like, there's holding, but they're young.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, but, it's the Jed the Driller Miller better than Steph Curry. That's a hot take. I agree with that. I think that it's most noticeable for me in basketball because that's where like the least like amount of like calls that like don't rely on another person happen. You know, like a person stepping out of bounds, a person picking up a dribble and dribbling again. A lot of stuff like that. And then they do call a lot of non-contact shooting fouls, I've noticed.
Really?
And they call shooting fouls that were clearly up in the air on the floor. They're all over the place. I got a bone to pick with high school basketball refs.
Yeah, but then it's also tough when you make bad calls. Like, when you make one bad call, the parents are going to start chirping. And then that probably gets in your head, and then you're kind of nervous about it.
Parents are crazy, man.
Hey, you know,
they got no chill.
It's nice that they want to support their children.
I agree, but let them play.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get that you're upset, but, man, like, some parents are ruthless and just horrible people.
Damn.
I mean, like when it comes to watching, it's just, yeah. I was an umpire for Little League for a while. It was horrible. They were so mean. I was, 12 years old? I was 12 years old. I had parents were telling me I needed to go to the optometrist and get glasses. Young than a 12-year-old who's umpiring their kid's t-ball game.
That's pretty wild.
It's t-ball. And I did some kid pitch, and it was... yeah, they gotta chill.
Yeah.
They gotta chill.
Yeah, I don't know.
And... yeah, no, and then, like, the game would end, and they'd still, like, come up to me after the game and, like, start yelling at me.
Did you ever eject a parent?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, this guy kept telling me I need to get glasses. I told him he got to go.
Did he leave?
Yes.
That's good.
Well, because, like, when you eject someone, there's a whole process you need to go through, and you need to alert. There's always some, like, higher up at that Little League that I was at. There's always, like, someone on the council or something like that, you know, of that Little League. And the game kind of pauses for a second. Like, I go tell him this guy needs to go. They go get him. They tell him he's got to go. Then I have to write like a report on it about why I ejected him and everything. It was, yeah.
That's wild.
Intense.
I wouldn't want to eject anybody because I had to fill out paperwork.
I ejected 2 parents.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, that sucked. Even when you do even when you know it's the right call, they'll argue with you. It drives me insane.
That's tough.
Yeah, I don't.
Not for you.
No, never again. Would you ever umpire any sport, referee any sport?
No. I would referee what are they? Pole vaulting and the high jump.
Okay. Cuz they either hit the pole or they don't.
Yep.
Can't argue with that.
Exactly.
I love it.
Those are the 2 sports that I would referee. That's probably it. Yeah.
How do you think you would be as a pole vaulter or a high jumper?
I think I'd be a really good pole vault. I think I'd be a really good high jumper. Even though I'm like 5'4", and you probably need to be pretty tall to do it.
I imagine you to be a little bit tall.
I can jump pretty high sometimes.
You can jump pretty high. But I think I could see you more of a pole vaulter. Because you're strong in the upper body and you're not super heavy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could fling yourself super high in the air.
If I ever go to a college that has a track and field team,
you pole vault?
I will try out.
Look at you. I like it. I bet you even if you didn't know how to do it going into it, they would take you on the team because of your upside.
Maybe. I don't know.
You definitely have pole vaulting upside.
I guess. I wonder what the average height of a pole vaulter is.
I wonder what pole vaulting in the Olympics. Yes, that's a thing. Yes, it is. I remember watching it. That's what I love about the Olympics. You have these sports that are so niche, that get so much attention when the Olympics come around. I would never watch speed skating unless it's in the Olympics. Like, I'll watch snowboarding. I like pole vaulting. It's just are you a fan of the Olympics?
Eh.
Eh.
It depends.
Do you like winter or summer?
Winter.
Why?
Because the games are newer. Like the type of
they're more extreme sports kind of
yeah,
stuff.
they're
Have you seen it's the ski flipping stuff when they just like go straight in the air and do like those crazy flips like as a team?
I haven't seen it as a team. I've seen it solo.
Well, I mean, like they do it solo, but like their teams, like they're a team of 4 and their scores get accumulated. That's one of the most ridiculous sports I've ever seen. We need to do a weird sport episode.
Yeah.
Bushkashi.
Okay, so Stanford EDU.
Okay.
They said that most elite male pole vaulters stand more than 6 feet tall.
Really?
American record holder Jeff Hartwick is 6'3", and Olympic champion Tim Mack is 6'2", and then the woman American record holder is Jen Stuzinski. Stuczynski.
Okay.
I don't know. She's 6 feet tall.
Look at her go.
Yeah.
6 feet tall. Wow.
And this was posted in 2007, so those records are definitely broken.
100% broken. People are flying high right now.
Yeah.
I bet you it was broken by someone under 6 feet tall.
I guess I probably should have looked a little bit deeper for more up-to-date stats.
Hey, we'll come back next episode. We'll have more up-to-date stats on pole vaulting.
Yes, definitely. I'm happy to talk about pole vaulting.
Episode.
Oh, Dallas News are talking about a 5'0" pole vaulter.
5'0".
Yep.
Look at that.
In 2014.
You're up next, Benny.
I'm up next. I'm the next short pole vaulter.
You're not that short.
I'm shorter than the average height of a American.
Really?
American man.
What's the average height of an American man?
It's like 5'8", 5'9".
Is it really?
Yep.
I find that hard to believe. I feel like I see a lot of people under 5'8" or 5'9" walking around.
I don't know what to tell you.
All I know is you're a stud, Ben.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
And on that note, we're going to end the episode, I feel like.
We are going to end the episode.
Because end on a high note. Complimenting the producer. It's a good way to end it.
Producers always need to be complimented.
Yep.
All right. Well, everyone that watched, thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you very much.
We really appreciate it. This was episode number 3 of Ted's Ball Talk. Monday, we'll get back to you with episode number 4. Good talking to y'all.